Hey guys, welcome back to Reality Recap. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that big thumbs up on this episode. Sister Wives, Season 19 Tell-All might only be in Part 2, but the drama between Kody Brown and his ex-wives is already sizzling. Kody's been going all out trying to justify that he is not the one who caused the family to break down. But host Sukanya Krishnan, aka Suki, isn't letting him off the hook, grilling him with uncomfortable questions at every turn. Some viewers are even concerned that Kody might become so angry he'll attempt to have TLC fire Suki. Read on to find out why. The latter part of the tell-all has some emotionally charged scenes between Kody and Suki. One pivotal moment occurred when Suki inquired of Kody why he cut off Janelle while talking to her when they were attempting to iron out issues. Janelle became so exasperated that she stormed off after Kody interrupted her while she was in the middle of talking. Kody described that he's simply disappointed in the way his marriages went and stated he hopes his ex-wives have put the past behind them. When he attempted to walk away from the conversation, Suki pushed back, indicating that he could be a kid if he wished. But now, it was time for an adult conversation. Kody wants Suki gone after brutal showdown. Some of the Sister Wives social media fans are now guessing Kody may attempt to have Suki cut from her hosting responsibility. One commented that Kody looked tonight when Suki berated him and called him out on his actions. That made them think he may try to get her fired. Kody has a history of dodging tough questions, particularly when he's under scrutiny. But Suki is constantly having him walk the line of accountability, particularly when he contradicts himself. One of the fans said they loved watching him lose his cool, noting that the heated staring contest between them was epic. You could see the fury in his eyes, they added. He does this all the time, but not with this kind of outcome. After all the past criticism of Suki, many fans are now cheering her on for finally holding Kody accountable. One person even joked, "If he tries to go after Suki, we're all showing up with pitchforks to protect her. She's been amazing." Others taunted Kody, claiming he's bitter because he can't get new wives to fund him, so now he's trying drastic measures. "He's such a clown and joke," another added. Towards the end of the tell-all, Suki mentioned why Kody uninvited David Woolley suddenly for a guy's trip. Kody was initially fine with it, but upon discovering that Christine approved of it and even proposed a double date, he changed his mind. It's clear Kody doesn't wish to spend time with Christine. When Suki brought up the idea of seeing each other could perhaps fix things, Kody hung for a second and then replied in a haunting voice, "Yeah, maybe not." He claimed it was for personal reasons, then blamed Christine for sabotaging Sister. Robyn Brown seethes over Meri and Kody's cringeworthy scene. Meanwhile, Robyn Brown hasn't been enthused about taping the tell-all in Sedona for Season 19. In the first part of the special, she confessed she's not fond of the one-on-one interview, and some fans believe she now regrets she joined at all, after a strange flashback clip of Meri and Kody was shown. One cringe moment was when Kody and Meri were presented with an old clip where Meri bumped into Kody back first, resulting in a strange and suggestive pose. Meri was unable to contain her laughter as Kody appeared seriously embarrassed. He did join in her laughter, but confessed that it did feel wrong now that he only has one wife remaining. Meri teased that they were the best worst couple ever. Later, Christine criticized Kody for attempting to make his marriage with Robyn seem like something holy, but even Robyn didn't appear to be impressed. She looked disgusted by the clip. Sister Wives viewers on social media have been surmising that Robyn Brown could have been irritated by the uncomfortable exchange between Meri and Kody revealed in Part 2 of the tell-all. One viewer noticed that Robyn's facial expressions indicated she wasn't quite comfortable with what she was seeing. Her laughter also appeared forced and did not exhibit any true interest when speaking with Suki. She also seemed distraught when Kody added that if Meri had brought that same enthusiasm when they broke up, he would have thought about marrying her a second time. Another fan pointed out that Robyn looked particularly annoyed. They did not believe it was jealousy. Robyn is aware Kody never really had feelings for Meri that way, but it still made her do something she did not act on. They further added that Robyn likely did not enjoy seeing Kody, Meri, and Nathan share a moment that felt flirtatious and laugh-filled. Once Robyn arrived on the scene, all of that stopped, and the atmosphere completely shifted. One commenter said, "She'll never admit it bothered her, but you could tell she could barely watch it before putting on an act like nothing was wrong." Robyn also shared her opinion regarding Christine at this section of the tell-all. When questioned regarding Christine's remarks, Robyn replied that they were built on emotional nuance. According to her, that kind of tension exists in every divorce, particularly when one is looking to separate themselves as far as possible. Nevertheless, she highlighted that Christine and Kody will always remain tied together since they have children. Even though the tell-all is halfway through, already emotions are boiling over. The former leader of the family is now trapped in one heated discussion after another with his former wives, as all of them look back at the heartache and aftermath of their past relationship. Kody has continued to try to defend himself as not being the responsible one for the breakdown of the family. He's tried to explain his perspective, but host Suki is not having it. Known for being blunt and tactless, she continues to challenge him to confront the hard realities and does not want to let him avoid accountability. The audience has not missed this. Even some fans feel that the controversy may heat up so much that it will incite Kody to attempt to get revenge on Suki, potentially by requesting TLC to replace her as the host of the tell-alls. Perhaps the most heated exchange thus far was when Suki confronted Kody regarding a recent attempt at reconciling with one of his ex-wives. This woman, long at the heart of the Brown family's narrative, was visibly distressed when Kody suddenly cut her off in mid-sentence. The ensuing silence was not only awkward, it represented the extent to which their communication has been broken. She didn't attempt to keep going. Instead, she withdrew from the whole discussion after being shut down. When Suki confronted Kody about it, he said he was upset with how his marriages went and hoped everyone had moved on. But when he attempted to move on from it, Suki refused to let it go. She reminded him that this was an adult, serious conversation, and if he didn't want to have it, he was only avoiding the truth. That heated encounter between Kody and Suki set off a lot of talk online. The fans were quick to point out that Kody appeared shaken and even embarrassed. Numerous caught on to his frustration and annoyance increasing over the course of the episode and questioned what type of blowback there might be behind the scenes. When the presenter called out his deflections and disrespectful remarks, branding him a childish presence in the conversation, many supporters voiced their admiration for her straightforward approach. They appreciated her bravery in challenging a family figure on sensitive topics he might prefer to avoid. Some even voiced concern that the patriarch could attempt to exert his power behind the scenes to undermine her position at future family reunion specials or events. The agreement among those viewers was unanimous. The interviewer was providing the hard, honest criticism that the family's narrative so deserved, and any efforts to silence her would invite public outrage. Arguments in the stands summed up the feeling. After all the times we've bitched about how easy the questions were, it's nice to see someone get up and ask the real questions. Another chimed in, "If he tries to make her leave, we should all rise up for her." The tension was written across his eyes. It was clear he was used to dictating the narrative, but now that power was being pulled away, the host's unruffled but firm demeanor was just what the situation demanded. He was almost desperate to hold on to control because there was nothing else left for him. Seeing him struggle to manage serious questions was, honestly, gratifying. The last showdown had a moment of truth laced with diversion. At the tail end of the reunion special, the host mentioned a recent experience with an invitation the patriarch had issued and subsequently retracted to another extended family member. The invitation was meant to encourage camaraderie and healing in the form of a friendly get-together. However, when the patriarch found out that one of his past lovers had accepted and even proposed bringing in a second couple, his demeanor changed radically. Pressed for an explanation of this about-face, he looked agitated, hesitating for a noticeably long time before answering. Grabbing the moment, the host pointed out that reuniting in a group setting might be an important first step towards repairing broken relationships. His answer was horribly evasive. Maybe, maybe not. He then mentioned vague personal motivations for his reluctance, suggesting that one of the ex-partners was somehow sabotaging his plans. This confrontation uncovered undercurrents of unresolved tension and mistrust still affecting the dynamics of the family. His reluctance and evasive words indicated that healing would be a slow, painful process, complicated by festering resentments and felt betrayals. To really grasp the intricacy of this family drama, it's vital to get past the external surface of these public showdowns. The patriarch's handling of the many relationships has always been a delicate balancing act. Along the way, communication breakdowns and changing expectations brought cracks. Every ex-spouse brings with them their own tale and scars, struggling through the ordeal of having to rebuild themselves beyond the family unit they once had. Shows like the reunion specials are not only a forum where they can be heard, but also a place where they can face old wounds and claim their truths. The patriarch's attempts at keeping power over both the story and the family, however, expose deeper disappointments and fears. His defensive position throughout the reunion is that of a man struggling with loss of control and seeking to justify his actions in light of the fallout they've engendered. The reunion's moderator has taken center stage in this developing drama. The reputation for asking the difficult questions and accepting nothing less than clear, direct answers has made her a force to be reckoned with. By pushing the patriarch and urging former spouses to talk freely, she has brought to light wounds that have long festered under the surface. Her emphasis on transparency and accountability is appreciated by viewers hungry for authenticity and emotional truth from the series. This combination of confrontation and revelation generates a satisfying narrative tension that not only engages but also encourages deeper consideration of the intricacies of merged families and long-term unions. The new season of a hit family reality program has provoked fresh turmoil during reunion talks. One of the women, a central figure in the public history of the family, recently voiced flat-out concerns about participating in the reunion interviews. She suggested discontent with the format and with the material being discussed. Audiences have commented on her stoic attitude and muted responses, which some have interpreted as remorse over having joined in the first place, particularly after a certain segment went back to an especially hurtful and intensely personal moment involving two of the family's former members. One of the reunion's most buzzed-about moments became tearful and emotional when two of the patriarch's past wives were given footage from years ago. The clip included a shot that had long been somewhat notorious, a moment where the woman accidentally grazed against the man, which slowly became an awkwardly physical and intimate encounter. While at first appearing harmless, the incident, awkward in retrospect, provoked conflicted reactions of laughter and unease. One of the people in the video could not help but break out in laughter, obviously enjoying the memory, while the other had a flushed face, a mixture of sadness and laughter. In the subsequent discussion, he confessed that reminiscing about those periods felt abnormal, particularly because of the situation of their relationships today. He described his marital life since then as having centered on only one wife, highlighting how his inner world had transformed. The woman in that clip playfully referred to their relationship as the best-worst couple, summarizing the complex blend of passion, frustration, and unfulfilled expectation that characterized their past. Another former spouse known for her straightforwardness, openly criticized the man's attempts to maintain a sacred bond with his current wife, suggesting those efforts were forced and perhaps insincere. While most of the reunion drama played out in chatter and guffaws, the current wife's response to this flashback clip did not pass unnoticed. Social media followers and online forums scrutinized every inch of her face, observing a rather stark contrast between the ex-spouse's guffaws and her own uneasy expression. While she produced obliging guffaws, many sensed they were obligatory and insufficient to feed laughter. Her hesitation to dive in or offer her view was suspicious. The minimal and muted responses she did offer suggested emotional withdrawal or discomfort with the subject. Audiences speculated on her discomfort. Some speculated that her response was not jealousy, but hurt, brought about by reliving memories that, though entertaining for some, were painful or unresolved for her. Others had opined that seeing the ex-spouses sharing openly a frank and intimate moment, laughing and exchanging memories, while she stood aside, might have increased her feelings of frustration or resentment. Fans on web forums posted extensively commenting on the moment. One highlighted how the anger of the woman was apparent, though subtly covered behind an artificial smile, an inner struggle. One commented on the change in mood at her arrival, when lightness was replaced by tension and despondency. Others contended her calm demeanor was an act, a calculated effort to present herself as unconcerned in the face of obvious distress. Others sensed that her apparent discomfort sent a quiet signal regarding her complicated position in the family dynamics, noting continued issues with acceptance and trust. Beyond this uncomfortable moment, the reunion uncovered underlying patterns of the challenges involved for this blended family. The present wife had openly discussed her sentiments regarding another ex-spouse who recently gave public interviews about their complicated family arrangement. Looking back on those comments, she conceded the inextricably complicated nature of their relationships, calling them a knotty web that resists easy answers. Separation and distance then became survival mechanisms within this strange family configuration, as members create boundaries for safeguarding their own well-being. Yet she insisted upon the irrefutable bonds that persist, particularly the irreparable one created through common offspring. In spite of estrangement and individual differences, such familial ties last as permanent bonds. Her observations highlight a challenge shared by most combined families. Whereas the grown-ups might be looking for physical or psychological distance for recuperation or peace, the responsibilities and love they have for their kids make an indomitable bond that will not allow complete separation. Throughout the reunion, the presenter achieved a delicate balance between firmness and empathy. She led conversations into emotionally charged areas without avoiding sensitive topics. Her own presence was central in creating openness and vulnerability, inviting participants to confront feelings that had been hidden for years. When the tense earlier moment was recalled, she well guided the tension, using humor to deflect discomfort, but also insisting on frank consideration of the family's changing dynamics. Her interventions tended to bring to the surface the raw, naked human feelings beneath: shame, regret, anger, and sometimes affection that complicate this knotty web of relationships. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel on a daily basis. Until next time.